Hi, Aquarius. What's going on? All right, so as we're slowly edging into the second week of November, let's see what's happening here for you guys. Universe, angel, spirit guides, tell me the situation. Tell me the situation for Aquarius. Ooh. All right, I'm going to bring the mic close so it's a little more clear. The Fool. Lying. That's the Lovers. Just playing with you. Lovers is a divine connection, guys, as you well know. Lovers is a profound bond, something that is shared between you and someone else. But the issue with lovers is either you just met or you're not fully connected in the way a normal relationship is. What do I mean? They're not your boyfriend or your girlfriend. They're not your husband or your wife. They're a lover. They're either somebody you keep in the shadows or it's just somebody you haven't formally come out with yet. Moreover, the bond is so extreme, it's almost difficult to rip yourselves apart. And I keep going back to the best storyline that I know, which is the Blue Maestro, that TV show on Netflix. I know I keep bringing it up, but it's such a perfect example. This guy, he's like 20 years older than this girl. He's led a whole life. He's separated from his wife. He's got all this trauma, blah, blah, blah. And then the young girl, she don't care. She's happy to love. She's happy to learn. She's happy to live. All she sees between her and her lover is the fact that there's no age gap, that they're 20 years different. She only just sees love because she sees their connection. They both like classical music. They both like to read the same books. They both relax the same kind of way. They even like the same friggin' food. Their conversations are dynamic. You probably get the gist of what I'm saying here, Aquarius. With that said, there's something in somebody's external environment holding the two of you back from making a decision on this connection. But lovers doesn't just always end right there. It's always complicated, always complicated. I mean, for God's sakes, Blue Maestro has a part two. And I can't wait to see it. But with that said, I do see at the bottom of the deck the Three of Swords. And this sometimes I feel, sadly enough, it can only go in two directions, happily ever after or somewhere in pain. This is profound pain. Sorry about that. This is profound pain, Aquarius. I don't know why this is here, but let's just keep going and see what's coming towards you. But at least I know that's your storyline. What does an Aquarius see coming, please? Look at you. What you're going to end up doing is mentally disengaging. Sorry, I'm being weird with the mic. I'm renovating the room. What you're doing is you're mentally disengaging, Aquarius, Six of Swords, and you're finding your happiness. I think once you break free from all the nonsense, all the complication, all the bullshit, anything from this partnership, you start to see happiness. You start seeing just better days. But here's the issue. You're going to have friends, you're going to have family, you're going to have colleagues. So partnership could be in business, partnerships in love. You get what I'm talking about. See which storyline this resonates with you in your life because there's a common thread here. You're going to have to defend yourself from all your naysayers. What's up with this? Your friends, your family, your colleagues, your bosses, your whatever. You're sitting here at the top trying to like resist everyone's bullshit. They're probably coming at you with some shit and you're like, leave me alone. I know I made the right decision. I made the right decision for myself. Let's see. I see you letting go of some difficulty issues at the bottom of the deck. You're not putting work and effort in a situation and you're letting it go. You thought it was breadcrumbs. If this is work related, you thought the risk was too high and the reward was too low. So let's continue. What's coming in for Aquarius, please? The Magician. You're trying to manifest something. I think you've created some kind of goal, some kind of plan, Aquarius, and now you're making those moves to make it happen. I think the two eclipses that we had in October, things were tricky, things were messy, things were difficult. You were feeling a lot of feels in regards to like the people in your life, the connections that you had, and the ones you could live without. You wanted to make, and you still do want to make big changes in your life. And I think this is what you're doing. I think you're disengaging from things and trying to manifest and create a whole different life. I think you're trying to create healthier relationships, healthy partnerships, healthy boundaries. I see the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So if you're trying to manifest anything, it's a partnership where you feel you both agree, that you both feel like your souls are connected, where you feel like it's easy peasy. This is complicated. This is not. However, this lover could have turned into this. You're like, if it's not, then I don't want it. Page of Wands. You're very curious though to see something, to see where something goes. Let me continue. Let's see what your advice is here, Aquarius. I have a boom like for this, like the arm. I have to connect it. I'm getting there. All right. What's the advice for Aquarius, please? Look, you do have the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck, and it does talk about you needing to learn some stuff here. Yeah, be curious, be interested, be excited for your path forward in life. It's a new chapter that you're about to embark on. But the moon talks about doing something cautiously. And then this is the my don't cry over spilled milk card. This is somebody who's pining over the past. The woulda, coulda, shoulda said, the woulda, coulda, should have done, the woulda, coulda, if I had only. The past is the past. It cannot be undone. All you can do is take those memories, use them as tools for your present and your future. With that said, look, you see these balloons back here behind her head? Her being the girl in the card, you, male or female. The point is, these balloons represent current abundance in your life. Health is good, wealth is good, family's good, knock on wood, hopefully that's your case. But then maybe your love life is like a little topsy-turvy. Or maybe it's in the direction of your coworkers, whatever it is. There's a lot for you to A, work with, B, abundance that you already have that you're not looking at. You're just looking at the loss. So pity party overtime is now, you did it, you cried, it's over, forget it. You've learned from it. However, there are things going on behind the scenes that you're not even aware of. People are talking shit right now behind your back and you don't know it. And I don't mean just talking gossip. Yeah, sure, that could be the one. But maybe it's your bosses, your higher ups at work who are considering you for a certain situation. You don't know the dynamic of what's happening. So anything you could have said or anything you would have done might not have made a difference, Aquarius. So stop crying over spilled milk because there's shit behind the scenes that you don't see yet. This in the tarot world, this in the universe, because it's a major arcana, it's fear of the unknown, fear of the future, because you can't see what's coming in the dark, correct? Correct. So it means be cautious. For every move you make, every step you make, it's time to come out of the feelings and be cautious for your very next move because you don't know all the key players and you don't know all the dynamics and you don't know how somebody feels. All right? So that is what it's saying here. Interesting to see when we clarify how it's going to turn out. And that, my friend, is why you have the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's like, you don't know. Some shits be, and here's your card, the Star card. It's saying, get curious. Get curious. It's time to learn a thing or two. Maybe somebody you haven't suspected or thought about. Time to think about it. Let's see what the outcome is. What's the outcome for the week, please? Two of Wands. the Two of Wands talks about you having a hard choice to make, not knowing what that decision is going to be, Aquarius. It's a tough choice. You're like, okay, what do I do here now? What's the situation? It's like you're throwing spaghetti up against the wall trying to see what's going to stick. So you're throwing darts up against the wall. You're going to be left with a tough choice. And you know what? Some of you are going to ghost. Some of you might sneak away. Others of you, this is you strategizing a plan, an exit plan or something like that at work. A lot of you are dealing with the fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Something in regards to that. All right, so let's continue and start clarifying these cards. Aquarius, please. Lovers. Try it this way. Thank you. Okay. So lovers is clarified by the Eight of Cups in reverse. You're returning back to a lover, or at least that's what you're thinking of doing. What's interesting is at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a lover. She really does represent, she meaning you, whether you're male or female, represents the third party person. I see the Five of Wands under that, the fighting, the arguments, the challenges. I was called to look at the top of the deck, and sometimes I just do that randomly. Like I'll hear like, oh, look at the top of the deck. It's the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles is telling me you were left out in the cold or you put somebody out in the cold. With that said, this is a lover that's trying to come back. That's why when I was saying with you jokingly, if you rewind this video, Maestro Part 2. All right, Blue Maestro, really, it's the name of it. But let's continue and let's see what the Six of Swords and the Sun is. Wow. So firstly, I'm glad that I told you that I was called to look at the top of the deck, right? Because now look what's at the bottom of the deck. There's your Five of Pentacles that we were just talking about. How crazy is that? And this is talking about being left out in the cold. Oh my God. And under that is your Two of Cups, your partnership. You were happy here with somebody. I don't know what's going on. You were happy. You were a partnership. Like, what the hell? All right, anyway, you're mentally trying to disengage for your own sake and your own sanity and your own happiness. But this is somebody from your recent past. And maybe there's an age gap between the two of you for some of you because I have the Page of Wands. If it doesn't have to do with an age gap, it definitely feels like some immaturity is being played here. But on your part, Aquarius, I feel like what you're struggling to deal with is your intuition. You're blocking your own intuition. It's like you don't want to hear it. You don't want to see it because you're trying to mentally disengage yourself from it to find your own happiness. So there is something going on in your past, though, that you keep turning to and you keep looking at it curiously. I think you have somebody else from your past trying to come forward, somebody that you stopped talking to from your recent past, and now you're kind of talking like in and out a little bit, and you're curious as to what's going on. But you're definitely trying to like cut away your past. You're trying to cut away negative thoughts and feelings or something that had happened in the recent past. Let's continue. Let me see what you're trying to manifest. Guys, next week it's not the sound will be a lot better. It'll be set up a little bit better. Sorry for the temporary situation. Okay. Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is Four of Swords. I think what you're trying to manifest is like you're picking up the pieces of what's left. You know, it's like whatever's left on the ground of what wasn't working, you're picking them up and you're slowly gathering yourself together, right? And I think you're trying to recollect yourself and your life plan and your life journey and how you're going to move forward from this situation. So you're moving forward slowly and cautiously, but you stop putting effort in something that you thought was dead and done and no more for you. You're like, I'm done with that avenue. I'm done with this person. I'm done with that bullshit. I'm done with this friendship. I'm done with this job, whatever it is for you. You're like, it's time for me to heal and slowly move forward in my life and move on and start getting myself grounded in the life that I want for my future life. Let's continue. Some of you could be healing a rift that you had with this lover, and you're curious to see as to what they want, why they're coming back. Because they're a lover. There's a bond. All right, let's see what the Five of Cups is and the Moon. See, earlier when I was telling you, you know, with the Moon card in your advice position, you don't know what people are doing or saying behind the scenes or behind your back. This could be some collaboration you have at work, right? Your business partner, or just a collaboration with your bosses or your management team, whatever. This is a choice, this card. It's to make a decision. And it's interesting that it's falling in your advice position because this is the person you're dealing with, the second environment, a second external voice, someone else's free will, and whatever's going on in their world and in their environment, it's impacting their choices that is involved with you. So when it's showing me the Moon, you have to be cautious because you don't know what this person is dealing with that's bringing it and putting it on the table between the two of you. I hope I'm making sense. See, the bottom of the deck is the Virgo card, laying low, being quiet, making wise choices from everything you have learned in regards to this partnership that you have here with somebody. It feels like you regret some things with a lover. Don't, because everyone has a choice in life. Everyone has free will, and anyone can go and pick up the phone and make it clear how they feel about you and what they want from you. Everyone does. Even you do too. So maybe it's for you, but from what I'm looking at, it says for you to be cautious and wise. Make wise choices here. Because it almost feels like you're dealing with like a situation where you're like on a landmine. Let's see what the Two of Swords is, Aquarius. You know, earlier when we were talking about the breadcrumbs that I was saying, high risk, low reward, a lot of peanuts. It just feels like for you, you're like, I don't know what to do with this situation. It's not all that giving. So what do I do? Do I try and make it a go? Does it have potential? I don't know. Others of you, if this is work related and you're getting some kind of job promotion or you're getting a little bit more money, there's something about it that makes you feel like it's toxic. And that it's like you're making a deal with the devil. And that's what your decision is, because I think you're weighing your pros and cons and you're like, well, on the other hand, I'm making a deal with the devil. It's the devil that I know and I can keep him close to me, versus whatever that saying is. It's like when we say the devil that you know, because under that card is the Ten of Cups, a happy environment, a happy couplehood. And that's your justice that's coming in. See, and there's you weighing those pros and cons on collaborating here with this person. It's like, it's not that you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. It's more like, you know, it's almost feels like a little bit of a sacrifice. Like you know, like I have to sit here. I don't know what I should do. The situation is toxic for just a little bit more. I don't know if it's worth it. And you know that you're dealing with someone toxic also, or a toxic environment. All right, let's continue. Romance angels. Let's see what your romance angels think about this situation in regards to love. Romance angels, what you got here? You deserve love. You know, when I get this card, you're like, oh God, it's a boring card. Yeah, it is. But guess what? You deserve love tells me a whole bunch of shit. Number one, in your advice, you don't have to regret fuck all. Okay? Secondly, you've been giving yourself to somebody who doesn't deserve you, your worth, and your value at all. Six of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, it says healing family issues. And God knows, Aquarius, these two eclipses were a doozy for you and your family and your friends. Because I know it was you eclipsing people and you learning how your dynamic is very different from your friends and your family. You feel like you've always, not that you're fake, but you always had to put up this fake side of yourself just to keep the peace, just to make everybody happy. And I think you don't want to do that anymore. You want to be real, upfront, and direct. You always have been, but this is more like, more so it's you're finding out it's not your responsibility to make everybody happy anymore. I think you're getting that. And that's why it says, number one, you deserve love. And I think it's also some family dynamic that you're healing within you and your family, the way you were raised to see and behave in certain ways. You're like, no, no, no more. All right, let's get a card from the Wisdom House tonight, and this will be your reading, my dear Aquas. Aquarius, please. Wisdom House tonight. I never really formally introduced it to you guys. I love this Oracle deck. I think it's a great deck if you have, you know, some problem or issues. It's from Amazon. I'll put a link down below in the description box. You just ask your question, like in regards to whatever you're dealing with, and pick a card, and it's dead on. Wisdom House tonight for Aquarius, please. What do they need to hear in this reading? When I first bought this Oracle deck, I was like, oh yeah, another Oracle deck. But then when I started playing with it and I realized how on point it was, I was like, wow, this is pretty amazing. All right, so with that said, you have obedience. Interesting. I haven't seen this card in a while. Obedience. Let me read this to you guys. Let's see what pearls of wisdom this has to share with us. There are rules for everything. The sun rises and the moon sets, and they dance together in perfect steps. What rules are you considering when you are asking your question? You will be sorry if you're going to break a rule that's in place to protect you and to protect others. Even though you may not like authority right now, this is the time to obey what has already been set in motion. This is the time to learn the lay of the land and to follow the customs that keep things in order. Learn the steps of the dance before you attempt to change them to suit you. So, goes right back to your advice, doesn't it? With the Hermit card where it was telling you, lay low and make wise choices from the lessons you've learned in your past, and to be cautious because you don't know everything that's in play. All right, guys, this is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed that. Please, of course, leave me your comments down below, because believe it or not, the algorithm picks up comments, and that's what helps distribute your cohort, and I would love to grow Aquarius. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one.